Okay, we're back. And I did pull the ruin, but I didn't get it from the book. Hi. Okay, now I pulled a few cards. A to see where divine masculine is. And it's funny because we do have the Pisces energy in reverse, which makes sense because number one, we're having, in the first week, we're having Neptune going shadow retrograde, which is all to do with that 12th house of where they've been. We also had, in May, Jupiter move from Pisces over to Aries. So I did say it won't really be the full capacity of the divine masculine we're going to see until the end of May, moving into June. And I can see that happening now. Now, there is something to do with family in the mix coming up. It's either family, it's home, it's feeling safe, it's their emotions. The emotions are in the upright, but it's almost like Dorothy, you know, click, click, and wanting to go home sort of thing. So it's looking at where that is. They had been, I do feel they had been quite stuck, okay, because we do have the Eight of Swords in the past position, which is really great to see. The crowning energy isn't looking so good, but it's almost like they spiritually knew that something was going to come to a head. So that notion of this, I do feel in the mix is the karmic situation. Now, potentially relating to home, emotions, feelings. There's a lot of regret. There's a lot of shadow work, and I do feel they had done a lot of that. It can still be occurring a little bit in the first week. Hi, Dale. But it's looking like they're moving out of this. So there could be an emotional situation. Now, I did mention in the karmic third parties read, some of the same energies were coming through there. And it was relating to the transits with Neptune and Pisces. And I feel this person, maybe again, because of the 12th house, it could be to do with the loved one that has passed over. It might be also, you know, psychologically looking at certain things and having to come to terms with emotions of the past. For some, it might have also been coming to terms with emotions of children and things to that degree. Now, I do feel they're coming into a space, though, that they are going to feel more balanced in the first week of June. But they're working on it, right? So they're putting their energy into it. They're really feeling, and I do pull some cards for how they're feeling towards you, Divine Feminine. And I do feel they might have been a bit run down because we had the unwell card, and it feels run down. But it's feeling more to do with ascension, like really fatigued, purging things and trying to comprehend and accept them. So whatever this is, if they did go a little bit silent, it was almost like that monkey mind. They do want to protect the connection. What's this? Yeah, they felt that last month. Well, I'm doing the reading at the end of May. But this is the channeling. You know, they felt that in May they weren't really the optimum. They weren't really able to give you quite a lot. For some of you, if you are in the reunion stage, like it's like both parties in the mix are quite balanced. They're hunter-gathering. That's what I keep hearing. Hunter-gatherer, trying to prepare. They do have some documents of some description, I feel, that they need to address. They're hoping that you can actually look beyond the obvious and think outside the box, to not personalize this. There's something relating to Pluto that they're having to let it go. There also could be an elder in the situation. What's this? We'll keep digging. Bear with me. I hope this computer's going to behave. Always the end of Mercury, I tell you. Bloody hate it. That's why I'm going live. Haven't had time to record. It's been shocking. Felt like a circus clown, I tell you. Let's have a look at the book. Let's see what's coming through there. What is this? Oh, well, that was nice. Universe is being nice to me. Oh, Lord. This is something. This is something old and something new, something borrowed, something blue. Now, this is Pearls of Wisdom. So it's in the upright, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but we'll get into it. We'll see what's coming through. Excuse me. Okay. It is in the upright, or isn't it? It's not. Okay. Pearl, Uranus and Taurus. White, fire. Good grief. What's this about? Misfortune, damage, shock, sudden change, short-term distress followed by long-term rewards. Powerful natural forces, evolution, regeneration, and union. As well as a warning us of a potential crisis or catastrophe. May advise us to take care when catalyzing our ideas that we do not damage the very thing that sustains us on a fundamental level. On a fundamental level of being. It doesn't have reverse. That's interesting. So it must be the same thing. A destroyer of a snake. How do we take that one? Which echoes one's Christ attributes. It's the Kundalini. Yeah, you can't stop ascension. I was talking to Erica briefly while I was trying to quickly eat my lunch. Okay, while the 8 represents a complete cycle, 9 is the initial phase of a further cycle. Why? Because we have to go into hermit mode, and that's why that was happening in May. Is you go from the 12th house, you're thinking about things, okay, I need to address these circumstances. There's something that psychologically isn't matching for them. They're feeling the emotion associated. They're coming to terms with it. Thus the 9, usually you have the dissension, and then you come into the ascension. I don't feel this individual wants to hurt you. I do feel that they're merely coming to terms with things. I feel there's a lot of regret and shadow work that they're doing here, but I do feel they're moving out of it. They know that this is going to look yucky, and I do think the delay has more been so that it wouldn't be. But I think they've realised that there's this epiphany. There's nothing really they can do about that circumstance. Exits from situations generally do get a little bit messy. Okay, hi, Char. They generally do get messy. It's not that we want it to be. It's not that we're intentionally wanting to ruin our income sources, hurt people, or anything to that degree. But I feel it's almost this feeling that they can't sustain this, but they have to keep going. Uranus and Taurus for a lot of us, especially in May with the eclipse cycle between the 2 months, April and May. Some of those things still for the first 3 months, you're going to feel them quite heavy. And I do get this feeling that, especially moving into the first week, I'm seeing it's almost like this regression back. The regression back isn't that the person's physically going there. It's that they're being very assertive and they're being very strict with their heart. So I'm hearing the term being cruel to be kind. So if you're not getting a lot of communication, it could be because they're closing a cycle psychologically. Let's get a clarify. What is this about, please? Okay, so what is this? I do feel, I'm hearing the term breaking habits. I don't know what, breaking habits, breaking bad. Yeah, becoming healthy, looking after the body, realizing that some things have to go. Some things aren't working for them. It could be people, places, and things. It can be diet, health, and nutrition. It can be habits they have if they're using pacifiers to cope with their stress levels. I also feel that there is a notion that they're wanting to communicate with you, but they also can be receiving some communication that maybe isn't as pleasant. They definitely have heard you loud and clear that you need something to level up, you need something to move. And in their mind, they've, like I said, in the karmic read, it did come through messages for divine feminine and masculine, that right? I'm getting that they're hoping that you get, they don't mean you no harm. They understand your standpoint. They understand what you need. But a circumstance they're dealing with is a little bit more complicated than you think, and therefore they're hoping that you will empathize and understand, but it is going to be resolved. They totally respect the strictness of your demeanor with this circumstance. And so they've had to do this shadow work. They've had to look at it, and they're looking at the reasons why they'd held on and why they're staying, because especially they don't feel that they're super happy with the circumstance. So they directly are looking at it going, well, what exactly am I doing here? What exactly am I doing with these? Third party energies come up again. Just feels interference, a lot of interference. They're concerned because they do feel whoever this person is from the past or a current karmic relationship they're in, this person has been a very jealous person. This person has brought a little bit of unhappiness. I I'm hearing there's 3 energies on this. It can be where they don't want the person to have friends, but it feels like there has been a situation that's played out 3 times. And so the person's very temperamental. They've got something over their heads relating to money. Oh, that's positive. Okay. They're not wanting to drag you into this, but I do feel ultimately, I don't know why, but the divine masculine's coming out on top of whatever this situation is. They're not, it's almost like whatever these habits were, whatever these patterns were within this connection, it's not working anymore. If this isn't a family and a group dynamic, it's almost like they're standing tall. And I always see that spiritually. When you see a picture or an image of an individual in their demeanor, the taller it is, the larger their aura is. So I'm seeing this person standing quite tall. It's very emperor energy that's coming through. I don't feel they're going to communicate their actions. How do I explain it? It doesn't feel they're going to explain themselves to anyone at the moment. I feel it's more action orientated, because I get this feeling that they've kind of said this to you a few times, and so it's kind of gone on deaf ears. And they know in the heart of the matter, the crux of it is there's a circumstance that needs addressing. So they're going into it to do the soul healing, but also to cut a cord with the circumstance. It's happening very quickly. And I feel that it's almost like this could be a fiery kind of exit from a circumstance. It's the second time it's come through. Oh, I feel that they're calling somebody out. I'm telling you, I don't know, these words that I'm hearing, they're not pleasant. So this does feel like an altercation of some description. This feels like a verbal altercation. And I feel that divine masculine in the mix of this circumstance is being very, very direct. It's very blunt. It could be a little bit nasty. I don't feel that this is this person's natural demeanor, but I feel the situation has pushed them to react that way. I don't know why I'm getting for some karmic third parties that the karmic may have stepped outside of the connection, and there's a question mark over their heads relating to that. There could be a little bit of an investigation. There is going to be regret for past behavior. It's karma coming back. Somebody's calling them out, but I also feel research. I don't know why I feel an official involved in this, especially with Neptune and Pisces. It feels like a contract. That can be alimony, especially if, let's have a look. What is this to do with? Yeah, what they're doing with their money. It could be with 3 individuals. Relating to 3 individuals. Could be 3 brothers and sisters. It could be siblings. I don't know, I get shady behavior with this. Yeah, shady behavior. I'm hearing the term, how do I explain this? I've got a piece of hair and it keeps bugging me. I don't know, some statement, it's almost like I'm hearing the term audacity, like whatever's being said. I don't think divine masculine's taking too kindly for it. So they're really silently listening and they're waiting, and I do feel they're pouncing, and they know it's a no-win situation. They know the circumstances are going to change, but they're not going to go down lying. So they're not going to lie down, and take it. So I feel ultimately they're cutting their losses. This feels like cutting their losses. I also feel if they have been threatened that they're going to lose money, or it's an entanglement at a financial level, this could be due to a marriage or other. I feel they've already accepted that. I also feel all this time that they've been thinking, well, gosh, if I leave, what's it going to look like? Holding on to the old and not letting the new in. I kind of feel internally they know that they've been doing that, and that's why they're kind of thinking, well, that's a bit silly, because if I was moving back into the connection with my divine feminine, I could have already been building that new chapter. I could have already been saving my pentacles and actually moving in a direction that takes me to harmony. So I feel this person is almost calling themselves out and saying, okay, I need to rest, I need to recover, because they do have health coming up. I do feel they're needing to change their diet. They're also, it's almost like they're confronting a karmic individual. They're definitely confronting it. They're like facing the music, but it's not. This is to do with the separation with this person. This can be people they haven't seen for a while. This can be knowing that this is going to be the last time that they see them for some reason. But there's something in the mix that is going to the side. So I feel during this process, I do see a little bit of communication coming in. You may be taking it the opposite. You may be thinking that this person is off having a dandy old time. In the heart of it, they want you to know that there's something that's really hurt them. There's something that has very separate, and I know we are channeling. It's funny because I can hardly say it. It's almost like they don't know how to explain it to you, but this is something that's really upset them. Whatever this is, it's been a little bit testing. They know that you're waiting. They do intend to come back and actually heal this connection. And I do feel at the foundation, for many of you, they know that you've lost faith, and the only way that you're going to, it's almost like they're showing up at your door. That's about the best way to describe it. It feels like they feel, instead of saying what they're going to do, they actually need to do it. And so I see it being more forthright, more direct. Yeah, they get it. It's like they feel, look, they totally understand. They totally empathize. It's like, I'm just going to show up at Divine Feminine's door. This can be showing up at your door. It feels direct. It feels like it doesn't feel like they're confronting you, but they're just turning up because they feel, unless they actually take action, they're not silly. They kind of feel they're seeing your point of view. They do feel you're quite focused on yourself at the moment, and they feel that the silence that you've been going through, and maybe the things that you've been doing, it has been due to circumstances. They know you have the best of intentions. There has been some jealousy that's been coming up, and they have been thinking that maybe you were kind of getting bored of the situation or not entertaining it. This is actually pushing them to move forward as well. But they're also being cautious because I don't feel they're ready to hear, hey, by the way, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't think they're ready to hear that. And that's what they were fearing. Yeah, okay, this conversation I do feel is in relation to a personal matter. Oh, God. Okay. Whatever they're going to tell you, it might be something that has been a secret. And the secret hasn't been very nice. It's not to do with any betrayal or anything like that. This feels like something very personal inside their life that happened to them. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Whoa. I kind of feel like it's something they've never told anyone. This feels very private, very, very privy kind of. Yeah, it's something that they were. Yeah, it's almost like just pushed down. It's not nice though. It's not what it looks like on the surface. They may look like they're all put together, but there's something that they haven't told you that they don't like talking about. They also don't like being rejected. If at a point, it's really funny, I don't know why I'm getting this, especially if at one point, Divine Feminines, you were somebody that wanted to get married, wanted to actually, get into the connection and be very solid. I kind of feel on the opposite side of the spectrum, if your counterpart had at a point proposed to you, and the rejection was there, I feel they're thinking about that quite a bit. And some of them, it can just be an insecurity. It's like that maybe you won't want to have the connection. Now, marriage doesn't have to be the traditional type. It could be a spiritual bond that both parties have, because they're feeling that it's almost like it's coming up. It feels like rejection. They're kind of feeling a little bit rejected, that you will reject them. That for some of you can be a fear that they're having that would occur because of behaviours of the past, and that maybe they're feeling a little bit unworthy. They're wanting to come towards you in a very positive way, and they do totally empathise with you if you did want to reject them for that purpose. But I think the intent they're coming with is to gain clarity on that. And I feel it's trying to be brave and, you know, putting that aside and coming back in. And I do feel, you know, it's almost like in their mind, this is what it would do to them. Even though they know that you have been very committed to them, they also feel, logically speaking, if you were to be with another person, that would really kill them. So they're getting your side of the fence. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's almost like that epiphany, that light bulb moment of what particularly you might have gone through. And so they're valuing it so much more. Surmising, worrying, and stressing has been coming up. Yeah, and I don't know why, but I'm saying that they're stalking your profiles, and anyone who's talking to you, it's almost like they're psychoanalyzing the people that are speaking to you. They also are picturing people from your past. There is a female energy, and this can just be for a pocket group of you, but there's a female energy that knows both you and twin. This person seems a little bit shady. They may be looking at your profile through another individual's profile. They also may be actually on a profile that has a female icon. So, you know, it might be coming through. It might be Sandra D, you know, but I'm seeing a profile that is not, it's, yeah, definitely no, it's male, okay? Just read through, see the friendship groups. It's not rocket science. See who their friends are. Only been live on Facebook for a week. Come on. Now, July has come through again. Where was it? It was in the previous read. I failed to mention. Where is it? I'm going to pull another chakra card. I'm seeing June, July. It's like they know full well, even if they delay something, it's happening. Do you know what I mean? For some, if they are far away at the moment, that's paving them, okay? This is paving the person off. They don't want to be far away. They want to be close by. They're kind of feeling a little bit silly. It's like, did I make the wrong decision? Come on, feminines, you know, you've been there. You've been there before where you've gone, oh my gosh, I've ruined it forever. Don't laugh. You know, this is how they're feeling. Oh my God, did I just put a nail in my coffin? Yeah. Yeah, see, Pisces. Did I just put a nail in my coffin? Okay, what are their actions going to be, please? I've literally that we can see communication here. They are feeling that they need to let that go and move forward. They're feeling they've got to move towards you. I've got to break free. Yeah, it's like a card. I don't know if I'm going to be shot down on phone, but I'm just going to go and I'm going to have a chat. They feel, generally speaking, you are very open, and they feel if they do explain the situation, you'll be more open to it. They're just hoping that you're going to hear them out. Yeah, they're hoping you're going to hear them out. Okay. They don't know how this is going to go, right? But they know they have to end something to have something new. For some, it is to do with emotional healing relating to their childhood. There could be a childhood wound. I do feel for some there's a family-related dynamic, and the others it has a karmic energy. They're not really getting on with karmic at all at the minute. They're moody, definitely fighting. Now the songs are coming through. I'm hearing Mariah Carey. Why are you so obsessed with me? And I think it's more that it just keeps popping up in their mind. You logically are popping up in their mind a lot. Even though energetically, you know, some of you are going, I don't want them to come back for just that. They don't have the energy. They're thinking about it. They don't have the energy. They're tired. Give a masculine a break. Okay, so seeing as we are live, I'm going to pull these cards up, and do we want to ask the masculine any question about the first week of June? And I'll pull a card. Think of the question. I'll pull 3 cards. And you pick a number, and the number will be your answer. Okay? Hi, doll. Wrong pile, right pile. Bear with me. We're going to do pick a card for a question. So you think about your question, and you can say pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Don't be manifesting no bad juju. How are they going to go back to the karmic again? Let it go. Are we doing that in the house? I'm watching you. That's not a question. That's a fair-based frequency. Who do I need to smack? Which hand? Huh? Don't you be doing that, divine feminines. Okay. What, are they going to go back to a karmic? Here, a dag. I think after all the karmics that both Twin and I have been through in our life, when we bring it up in conversation, I'm like, have fun with that one, then. I hope it's as good as the last ones. Karmic energy is not fun. Not for masculines, not for feminines. It's not fun. It's like, yeah, I'll stay here. This is great. Okay. Pile 1, please. Pile 2. Okay. Very interesting. There's something to do with, let's see, how can I explain it? There's a bloody card on the floor. The first situation is heart-centered. The first situation, it may be that there is healing that is required at this level. Your question also may need clearing of your heart and openness. You may need to be open. I'm also feeling that there could be a group dynamic in this. There also could be a feeling of feeling rejected or inadequate. This also could be a requirement if you had a question, are they going to leave a group energy? Yes, it's saying yes. Okay, that's what I'm getting for the first pile. The second one, there could be something to do with inner child going on. This also could be to do with healthy boundaries. Whatever your question is, this could be yours, what you're needing. It's quite funny. The first pole and the second pole is really almost this feeling that this person, this is how my guides are showing me. They're sort of saying, you know, the question 1, if you're pile 1, you are feeling, even though you asked that question, that maybe this person doesn't have the capacity to do that. I don't know what it is. It's your question, right? The second one is to do with inner child, and there could be a blockage in you as the divine feminine, that there is a blockage relating to pick-me energy, okay? I don't know what your question was, as I mentioned. There's inner child. There's also with healthy boundaries, you can get success, right? So some of you may be feeling when you put your foot down is that when you do, oh my gosh, it's a risk. And it was funny because in the twin flame video we did for the collective energy, what did come through is the word ultimatum. And an ultimatum, how do I explain it? It's more, you know, getting to a point you realize you physically can't do something, and then feeling if you create that healthy boundary, there's going to be a consequence, and you're kind of hoping, you know, by saying it, you're going to get your way. And it's, you can have your way, but it might not necessarily look the way you think it looks. And so, you know, there could be a huge, it's like saying, hey, yeah, okay, I'll be your third party. Sounds great. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, for some, let's just be honest. There are people on the planet that do have open relationships and each to their own. For some, that may work. Cool. Right. There is something to do with family here. Do I feel pile 1 and pile 2 has very, maybe some shadow work going on? Yes. But there is things to do with beliefs or feeling with pile 2, inadequacy. The first pile is to do with money, to do with heart, to do with value systems. Pile 2 is to do with children, family, home and location, personal boundaries, going to extremities, unhealthy boundaries, healthy boundaries, almost trying to get that matrix right. And it's affecting your health. You've got to calm down. Do some inner child work. Go walking. Breathe that fresh air. Connect with universe. It's getting you anxious. When you get nervous, focus on service. You're getting up in your head. You're manifesting it. You've got to stop doing that. Does this person love you? Yes. Is there a question between you and a family? No, it's you. Okay. But is there room in our life to love many people in our life? And they can be our mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, 100%. I remember my uncle saying to my cousin one day, and I was so humbling, but it was so bloody nasty. And he was like, do you think you're the most beautiful woman on the planet? And it's like, look, you know, beauty is only skin deep. It's not a competition. There's something, it's like you're battling inside yourself. Pile 2, you're battling inside yourself with the circumstance at the moment. And it feels as though you're going left and right. 1 minute it's yes, well, it's very hot and cold. Do the inner child. Third pile. This is black and white as heck. I don't know what the question is. This could be a little bit more strict. Your aura could be a little bit more strict. Yeah, there could be. It's like, okay, what have you done for me lately kind of notion. You could be very great. You could be a bit run down right now. You could be homebound. You may have very, very traditional values where, you know, a cat is a cat and a dog is a dog. It's like that set rules, right? I think at times your counterpart doesn't know how to take you. This has turned on into its own read. Maybe I should do this from now on. Very interesting. What have I got coming up? I feel you guys could be a little bit numb. I don't know. It's almost Capricornian coming through. It feels very... I feel whatever the situation is, it's going to entail a little bit of paperwork. You may get some gossip through that gives you a different viewpoint on the circumstance, and therefore you could be super strict. Sometimes these things happen just to make you react in a certain way, to be perfectly honest. You're testing this though. You're more than likely going to attempt a different way of dealing with it. It's strict. It's coming through a little bit icy, but it's not how you are inside. It's funny because I do see sometimes, you know, with Capricorn and Cancer, sometimes they can exhibit similar energies, especially Leo as well. Leo and Aquarius. It's almost like this protective shell, but deep down inside, it's all marshmallow. But it's this, I've got to hold it together. You know, so it's like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and, you know, you've glued and pasted and plastered and it's looking all shiny on the outside, but in the inside, it's like a thick shake. You know, it's got chunky banana and things in it. It's looking a bit messy. But you do get it. You are very spiritual. Like, you honestly do get it. You're very traditional. You may be an older soul in energy. You might have gone through this path in previous lives several times, because I am feeling this is a very old energy, right? But I really, really get you're tired from this journey, man. You're really tired. But your aura is coming through very empathetic and understanding. I feel you need to be careful about at the moment, especially in the first week of June, is channeling your counterpart, because you're sending too much love and light. That is not a bad thing. Do not get me wrong. But when they feel your energy permanently, there's no movement. And I feel you have been zapping your aura. You need to do an aura upgrade. It's putting you down at the ground, right? It's affecting your health. You need to do an aura upgrade and not think on it for at least 4 days. Comes into your head, think off it. Comes into your head, think off it. That's where you're going to get your movement. But I do feel you guys, group 3 has been sending love and light or just very detached. You need to get grounded. You need to also get some fresh air. Get some fresh air. Get some good chi energy into your home. And I think that's when some of this crusty shell is going to kind of move away, because it's good. It's just, there needs an aura sweeping. That's all I'm feeling. It's like it needs sweeping away. Your soul's waiting, but it's because they know you're waiting. Nothing's moving. But it is coming through also where it goes. It's kind of, like I said, 1 minute it's very, this is how it is and that's what it is. But deep down, that's not what's coming through in the middle. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a little bit like those yummy chocolate Easter eggs, and they got the cookie center. Feel like I walked into having... Oh. Well, I hope that helped. You know, I hope it helped. If you got some message from it, I hope you did. Good. Lots of love. I'll be back later and we'll get Divine Feminine stuff. I don't know if I want to see. I feel nervous already. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Divine Feminines? My energy finally changed. Yeah, I can't say I've been feeling too bad. I've started getting tired. I wasn't sleeping for a good week there now. But I'm already picking up on the following month's transits. And I'm like, that'll be fun. Oh, heck. You know? Don't look at it as, think of life, right? Would you get mad if I told you in 10 years' time you're going to fall over, stub your toe, and you're going to need to Band-Aid it? Healing's forever, you know. We're regenerating all the time. So don't look at it as a mission or that you're wrong, that you're bad. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle because you don't want to live that way. It's like, okay, I need some self-care. I need some self-love. I remember somebody asked me, what does it mean to you? Jen, big shout out to you. She'll laugh if she hears this video. What does self-love mean to you? And I'm like, I don't know, going and having a bubble bath? No, it means when you're having a hard day, give a crap about yourself. Go easy on yourself. Don't have the poor self-talk. I mean, God, you saw me this morning. You look like crap, YILDIZ. Great self-love, YILDIZ. Do you know what I mean? Well, I did enjoy the feeling of not needing to go to sleep. It was a good bloody change, I tell you. Had a mini chat on the Facebook group, you know, the private Facebook Twin Flame group. Go find me. You'll find it over there. Had a chat on there, had a bit of a laugh. Oh, we talked about some things that I can't mention on here. They're not appropriate. But it was to do with some of the transits and what it was bringing through in the beauty industry. It was like, that was eye-opening. I was like, wow. Yes. How did we get there? Go through the Facebook group. You're in it already, Angela. I added you. I added you the other day. You're in the Facebook group. There's videos in there. I'll have to post it again in the YILDIZ Readings 5D Facebook group, and then you can find the private room. It's a private room, so I think I've got about 3 videos up in there. They're just chats. I did a chat this morning because I had hair dye and I didn't go on camera. There's a card down here, and I know it's Divine Feminines. Wow. That would be nice. How many of you are saying hearts? Heart chakra. You're a dag. Hey, look, when I started on YouTube, it wasn't YouTube or Skype or anything friendly. I wasn't even build a website friendly. I endured that for 2 forsaken weeks. Best investment I made. Definitely made me look outside the box and have newfound respect for IT managers. 5 years of heckery. Well, I tried to, but nobody bloody joined it. Shit. Yeah. Okay, beautifuls. I'll take a little bit of a break and I'll come back and we'll get into Divine Feminines. Very, you got some nice things happening. I don't think you're ready for it, though. We'll be back. Take care.